Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Houston Element Podcast. My name is Missy, and I'm your host. And today, we're back at it in headquarters, okay? Because even if the venue changes, the show must go on, okay? All right? Welcome to Live Sound and Provision. I have the pleasure to share time and space with a local artist, an artist that's worked with fellow engineers at AV Recording Studios. We are here with Huncho.
Thank you. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Wonderful. Doing great, guys. Everything's great.
So for those that are not familiar, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, for real. My name is Huncho. I'm a local Houston rapper. I've been rapping for a couple of years now. Yeah.
Okay. Right on, man. So can you tell us a little bit about your style and what is unique about the music that you make?
What I'm trying to bring to my sound and music is just like the real authentic. I don't feel like we got that these days, not much no more. No disrespect or like no like trying to put no down, like no crazy stuff. Like I don't got crazy tattoos, hair ain't all different colors. I'm just trying to bring real back, authentic hip hop back.
I feel that, man. Yeah. Not saying names and pointing fingers, but you have noticed that, especially in today's day and age with technology growing, you have a lot of people that are, performance artists and that are artists
yeah.
that they can perform and, vocalize.
Most definitely.
Right on, man. So since when did you start your music career? When did Huncho become to be?
When I started rapping or like when I started like
either or, whether you were first inspired by music of some sort or was rap your first inspiration?
Yeah, so when I first got inspired by music I was like in kindergarten and I moved to Port Arthur and I was with my sisters and my mom was always like, don't let your little brother listen to that music. I don't want him to listen to that. My sisters didn't care, they was early in their 20s. So they had on Ludacris. And I never shall forget, I think it was how L.O.U.D was popping at the time. I think he had that album called Battle of the Sexes. It was out, and it's never been the same. Like I fell in love with hip hop straight during that, and I never looked back. But how I got started into rapping was growing up, like I said, I got hooked to music very, very young. So I was always into music. Like every time through school, I always knew like what albums was out. I always knew what artists was hot. I was always putting people on different music. Then people always like, "Hey, you should rap. I was like, me, a rapper? I was like, nah, I ain't really into that. They're like, nah, you should rap. So then like when I got like in high school, like junior, sophomore year, I was just like, I don't really like how these rappers doing it. Like I feel like I'd be rapping somebody's song and I'd be putting my own little twist to it. And they'd be like, that sound good. And then all through high school, they'd be like, hey, Kyle, come on. They'd be beating on the table and they was like, come on, rap, freestyle. So I started doing that. And then I told my cousin, shout out my brother, I call him my brother Alex, by the way. So he was like, hey, you should start rapping. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just start rapping. And I think it was 2020. I said, I'm going to do it all. I said, if I'm going to do it, we got to do it right. So I was like, come on, we're going to do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Okay. I like that, man. Yeah, you were telling us before we went on camera that you've been rapping since junior year?
Yeah, junior year high school.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
While all these other people are trying to figure out what they want to do as career, you're already like, I'm going to be great. Just wait and watch.
Yeah.
I like that, man. So what about the stage name Huncho? So what was the inspiration behind that?
Well, a lot of it because I love the Migos. Like, I was listening to the Migos since their first albums, Jug Season. A lot of people don't even know that's their first, but I've been listening to the Migos since Jug Season. So all through, like, growing up around people that I know, it's like, bro, you always like the Migos. It was like, I'm going to call you Huncho. And then I was like, yeah, call me Huncho because Quavo had Huncho. I was like, hey, I take it. So then, but a lot of things, I always hung around older people. So I was always the youngest people, but people always say I stuck out. I was the one that stuck out. So, and I looked up on Huncho and I was like, yeah, I'm the head Huncho. So I just liked the name and I stuck with it. So I was like, might as well keep it.
I like that, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you hear Huncho and you think of someone with assertiveness, clear understanding of what they're doing, which is a good representation of your art. So very appropriate. I mess with it, man.
Appreciate you.
So you were telling us that the kind of elements that are important to your music is like realism kind of thing. So can you elaborate on that? Is it like realism based on experiences of your own life or from what you've seen with other people?
I say both. See, what I try to do in my music is I try to like tell a story or I try to give an example or something. Like for one example, I like to say if let's say you gonna go sell drugs and this and that. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, go sell these drugs so you can be flashy and all this and have this and want. I'm gonna tell you like, yeah, you gonna go sell this drugs, you gonna go sell this dope. But at the end of the day, yeah, you gonna have to deal with the time that's gonna come with it. You gonna be locked up. Your girl might be messing with your partner while you in the inside. Your people gonna fold on you. People gonna be looking down on you. I like to put that realism in it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because you tell the whole story, kind of thing. Yeah, because it sounds all fun and well, to live GTA in real life, and then until...
Yeah, ain't really already seen.
Well, remember how GTA ends, right?
Yeah.
The level you got to run for the cops? Yeah, it's not so easy in real life.
Yeah.
So what is your workflow like when it comes to writing, recording, and performing?
Oh, so I write. I'm not like a freestyle type of rapper. I don't even like that because a lot of rappers they don't be telling the truth. They be like, oh, I just go in the booth and freestyle. No, I don't even believe that. But I write like so. I'll probably like find a beat or something, or a producer send me a beat, and like I already have like the topic I want in my head, and I just start writing from that. So that's my creative process. Like I sit down in a room, probably I need some sunflower seeds or so. That's my favorite snack. And then I just get to writing from there.
Okay. Are you the kind that needs to write, like, be completely alone?
Yeah, most definitely. I can't, like, when it's a lot of noise or a lot of people around me, I just can't do it. I can't do it at all. I got to be, like, by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't say I've seen it when people were writing music, but I've seen a lot of, solo artists always have their entourage around like 24/7. No. To me, it makes my skin crawl. I'm like, how do they get a chance to like be creative around that?
I don't like that. The only time I probably maybe have an entourage, not even entourage, I got my best friend with me. It's when I go record the songs or when I have a show. That's about the only thing I do. Like, I don't really like being bungled up. I feel like it's pressure or something like that. I can't think. You ain't gonna get the best of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that being said, that you really like to maintain focus. When you're going in the studio and when you're writing things like that. What kind of things helps you once you get to the studio to really bring out your best product forward? Do you do rehearsal before, or a couple minutes before the session?
Most definitely. Before I go to the studio, I'm like reciting the verses and like making sure like I got it right so I can say it like on the beat. But when I'm in there, most definitely I need energy. Like I don't want to be like a whole bunch of people just sitting there around like zombie-fied. Like I need like come on, yeah. Like I like that stuff. Like I don't want people like, cause to me like if your vibe off, you mess the song with the vibe. So I like people like to match my energy when I'm in there. I'm bobbing my head, I'm jumping up and down. Like I even get the producer I work with, he getting there. So
yeah,
I like energy. There's a lot of stuff like that.
Awesome. What kind of things about like as far as mixing and editing that you like from your engineer that really helps to make sure that you get the best final product out?
He won't be like, he not like rushful, like, cause a lot of engineers would be like, they don't really care, like, come get it's like a business, like, oh well, you do this, you do that, like, and just come on. But like for him, it's like, hey, you messed up on this verse, say it again. Nah, say it like this. Like, he like that, so you can tell like he actually about the art of the music. Shout out to him, iconic though, for sure. He the realest, best producer in the H to me.
Hey.
Best engineer. But yeah, like that, I don't like. Yeah.
It's pretty important to find that relationship with the engineer, the one that gets you, but also treats you with respect and not just like a number.
Most definitely.
Oh, I'm glad that you found somebody like that, man. Yeah, and shout out to Iconic, man. You crazy SOB, we love you, man.
Most definitely.
So can you tell us about what is the latest project you've been working on? I know you released a new music video recently.
Yes,
can you tell us about that?
Oh, the song I just released is called Caesar, 2 A's. It's like kind of like a freestyle type of joint that I mixed about, you know, talking about like kind of like everyday life, kind of like what females be on these type of days and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my new song, Caesar, official video out. It's out on all platforms right now, all platforms. But the latest project I released is Mo Presser, Part 1. That's the last project I released. I released that last month. I told myself I was going to release either a song every single month, and I'm going to make it like 2 to 3 projects this year, most definitely. But Mo Presser Part 1, it was a 5-song. 5 songs. I want to do like, starting this year, I want to have like series. It's like what Lil Wayne has the Carter, 2 Chainz has Based on a True Story. Lil Wayne also has Dedication and stuff like that. So I wanted to have my own series that I'm just going to keep going through. So Mo Presser Part 1 is most definitely the start.
Okay. Excellent. So you're going to be doing a series of EPs, you said, and Mo Pressure was going to be the first installment of this?
Yes,
oh, I love me a good story time, anthology piece. Can you give us any kind of possible tidbit about what we can be expecting with the rest of this anthropology pieces?
Mo Presser Part 2, most definitely. That'll be the next series. I'm thinking about dropping that in the summer. Mo Presser Part 2. Mo Presser Part 2 is this series is like just like raw, authentic Presser, hard hitting bangers. That's why I call it Mo Presser. It was no other name that wasn't for it. That's how I'm coming on here. I'm coming hard on this one.
So is these going to be more like kind of versatile? Like you can play them at the club, but you can also play them if you're just wanting to just like kind of like hang with your friends kind of thing?
Almost definitely. So when my projects, I try to have a song enough for anything. Club bangers, even though you probably going through a relationship problem. Most definitely. Not toxic, non-toxic. I try to have like different ones. I don't try to put like the whole thing just like club banger, relationship. I don't try to do that. I try to have like different songs for everybody on my mixtapes. So Mo Presser, yeah, most definitely you can play it at your wedding. You can play it in the car. You can play it with your friends. You can play it with your girl. It don't matter, you know. It's Mo Presser. That's what it is.
Okay. All right. I can dig it, man. And you've been working with studio engineer Iconic at AV Recording Studios.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you be continuing to work with him as well throughout these projects?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. He's recorded all my projects, all my songs. So I'm going to keep going on. Most definitely.
Because when you find that person that just understands you without even leaving the booth, you're like, I need this, I got you. It's like...
Fact. That's all facts right there.
And so, how did you come to meet your engineer and your producer, man? Like,
I think I was a sophomore when I recorded my first song. I was a sophomore, and they had another rapper that was going to Iconic, and then he was like, "Hey, bro, you better than me. I ain't gonna lie." He was like, "Can you help me? Can you help me write some of my songs, bro? Freestyle." I was like, "Yeah, I got you." I was like, "Where you go?" He's like, "I go to this." I don't think he was at AV yet. He was at a different studio. So but it was still Iconic. And then when I wanted to release my first song, he was like, "Hey, you need to go to the studio." I was like, "I don't really know no studio," because I was new around here at the time. I'm from Fort Ward. So then he was like, "All right, I'll give you this number." And then I called him. I was like, "Hey, can I book a session?" He was like, "Yeah, most definitely." So, and then when I went to him, we were just like, "This your first time in the studio?" Like, I remember recording it. I was like going in. He was like, "This your first time in the studio?" I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "There's no way." I was like, "Yeah." I'm telling you, this is my first time in the studio. He was like, "Bro," I see other people come in. They've been doing this for years. He said they ain't got it like you. I was like, "Oh, for real?" He was like, "Yeah." I just kept going back.
That preparedness, you know, like. For us, we be thinking like, oh, okay, y'all want to go and put some art down and like memorialize it and put it in history. And you got some people that come in, they're like, and really don't know if it's nerves or not preparedness. So it's refreshing that you're like, move over, peasants. I got this. But all by maintaining humbleness, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. So what about, I know you've only been doing it, you said, since 2020 kind of thing, but so what can you tell us about your first project you've ever did in comparison to your recent single? Like, have you noticed?
Project?
Yeah.
Oh, stupid growth. Stupid growth. My first project, like I was not good at hooks at all. So I had like a lot of people that I on the project. I'd be like, all right, you can do the hook, start the verse. I just grown as an artist. I'm an actual better rapper now than I was back then. I'm good at putting words together or not trying to like jumble it up or not rushing. I'm more lyrical now. You know, reading that most definitely helped me. Most definitely. Actually making a project and not just 5 songs, 6 songs on the tape. I'm good at making a project now. So. Okay,
yeah. If you're thinking of a restaurant, for example, it's not just gonna have like burgers, tacos, and then seafood. It's like it makes sense.
Yeah, put some filet mignon on it. Yeah, put some filet mignon on it. Steak, shrimp, everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now it's like full course served. It's like bring your buffet pants because your boy Huncho is about to lay it down on y'all thick.
Most definitely.
I like that, man. How about with your, like you said, with your lyrics have gotten stronger, but what about your vocals? Have you noticed a lot of strength?
Speaking with confidence. Speaking with confidence, getting in the studio, laying down, ad-libbing it, retouching on the adverbs and all stuff like that. Most definitely.
I sometimes feel like vocalists, rappers, y'all are very, y'all are very humble in talking about your technique as a vocalist, thinking like, oh, well, I don't play instruments, I'm just a rapper. No, you're not. You're a walking instrument. So it always amazes me to hear the growth in vocalists and rappers, That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of secrets that you do, like drinking? Like some people like to drink water with no ice, with lemon, things like that, to make sure you keep your vocals healthy before you go to the studio?
Nah. Most time I go to the studio at night, so I kind of like drinking like frappes or something like that. Frappes, so I can stay up and give me like an energy boost or something like that. So that's about the only thing I do, like remedies and nothing like that.
Okay. Right on, man. Now, I know you've only been doing this for a few years now, but have you worked with any collaborators since you've been starting in your music career?
Most definitely. Champagne Batty, she a rising female artist from like the north side.
Nice.
I ran into her when I had a show in June. We had collaborated on this song I got called Boss Bitch. And Burton, he's from this side. I think that's one of my friends. He moved to Denver. He was the first artist to ever give me a feature.
Nice.
Burton Hip Hop. Most definitely. That's another artist I collaborated with. I Am 3 a.m. That's another artist. I think he's from Cali. That's another artist I collaborated with. Yeah.
Wonderful. And you're reaching out to these artists from out of state and everything like that too, man.
Appreciate that.
So how's your experience been with collaborating with other different artists? Like, have you shared similar artist view?
Oh, I love collaborations. Like I love like putting two minds together. Let's come together on the song, come together on the tape or anything. I love it like because I can bring my side, they can bring that side. Because sometimes you kind of might like need that. Because like sometimes like I had Boss Bitch with Champagne Batty. I was just hearing her like, if I get her on here, she can just bring it to a whole nother level. Or I got on a song with Burton. I can be like, if I get him on here, he can transcend it. He can turn it up. He might say something that I might not say. Or even when I am working with artists, they bring out the best in me. Like it's like I'm gonna say this, and they gonna be like, okay, I gotta go hard. I'm gonna come in like this. Or they might even sing on it. They might tell me, let's do this on it. Let's go back and forth on a verse. Let's do the hook together. Let's do the ad libs. I love collaborating. That's one of my favorite things to do.
You brave toaster, and you a soldier. I tip my hat off to you. Again, that just speaks to your character. I don't know if you realize this. I'm gonna brag on this young man for here for a minute, because that really speaks to your character, especially for being so young that you are, because It took me working with in production, like as a stagehand, to really understand the value of working as a team. And for you cases, collaborating because you do it as gigs, But me, I sometimes work with the same people, same groups over and over, and that's very important. So for you having such a positive and good experience with that's very refreshing. Y'all need to take notes. Okay, I don't know if some people are just nervous Nancy's sometimes, or just social awkwardness, but yeah. That's very impressive that you have that outlook, and it's really refreshing to hear.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Man, I mean, I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, I wish I had that charisma. I'm like, man, I walk into a room and I feel like an alien. I'm like, take me to your leader? I don't know. Hopefully I can get some confidence, like let that rub off on me, man. Please. So working as an artist, now been active in the business for 3 years and still growing, and you're seeing epic growth from, your first time to now. What would your advice be to other people that are wanting to pursue careers in music?
Don't stop. Most definitely don't stop. And another people don't really see about the rap game is more of it's kind of business. It's more of a business. It's not just I can make the hardest song, I can put it out, and I can go global. It's more of a business. There's a lot of things on the backside people don't see. So that's another thing. But another thing is don't stop. Like, if this is your passion and you really want it, I say don't stop. That's one thing I had to learn about rap. I learned that while I was rapping, like, I really love rapping. Like, I'll probably choose it before anything I love, besides family, most definitely. But I love rapping. Like, it's just, like, I love music in general. I'm just a music guy. So I love it. So like, I don't see nothing else I could be doing.
That's the secret, Like, what else would you be doing if you weren't doing what you loved?
Most definitely.
Like, money comes, money goes, but time just goes. Yeah. So you better do what you love, friend. I respect that, man. And you said you've learned since, getting in the music career that it's not just all fun and games and artistry, but you do have to have some kind of business savvy knowledge, which some artists may struggle because they I want to be creative 100% of the time, devote all my energy to that, which is fair. What would your advice be since you've learned that lesson now, to these artists that are struggling to find a good median of creativeness and business savvy?
I mean, if you want to just be the creative, like, if you want to just, work on the music, being creative with the production and all of that, then you most definitely would, need a team, like a manager or stuff like that, like, because it's not just about music, it's not just about business, it's like a combination of both. Like, we're going to do your shows, we're going to get you shows. What about you make it to the point where you go on tours and stuff like that, studios, like everything. Like, it's not really that easy. It's not that simple.
No. And, especially for artists, y'all got to keep up appearances. You are the instrument. You got to be healthy. You can't go around like Britney 2017 with your hair gone because you're trying to do everything. You're talented, but you're only one person.
Yeah, you're only one person.
Oh, my goodness. So what has been your favorite event that you performed at thus far?
Favorite event. I want to say this one. I think it was Summerfest last year when they had like a whole bunch of Houston. I didn't even know that many people rapped in Houston. Like, I think it was like Never Failing was there. I think Penny Pablo was there also. Like, they were hosting, and they were from Atlanta. A whole bunch of them came and had a summit in Houston. That's probably one of my favorite things to do because it was like a whole bunch of good vibes. Different people from Houston was rapping. Like, I can just see what they come from in my city. Like, people I ain't even know, people I ain't never met before. I was thinking I know everybody in the city, but I really don't. Like, everybody was rapping, females, males. They had R&B, classic, everything jazz. Like, a whole bunch of different artists was just going through their performance, showing off what they got and what they can bring to the game. So I love that. That's one thing I like.
So you definitely enjoy doing festival performances?
Oh, most definitely. I got I'm performing at L.O.U.D Fest this summer.
Nice.
For 97.9 The Box. I think BET will also be there. World Star, a whole bunch of media members gonna be there for sure.
I need to get my tickets early this time because last time I tried to get it and it was like.
Oh, you heard about Loud Fest?
Yes,
Loud
yes.
Fest.
Actually, shout out to one of my previous guests, Q the songwriter. He performed last year at Loud Fest.
Oh, for real?
And I was supposed to go, but your girl was broke. She was struggling. But you know, that's the past, but this is now.
Yeah.
Now, if your girl has got to sell something on 59 and Jensen, holla at you because you're trying to go to Loud Fest to support your artist. No, not really. We're not promoting that. I'm just kidding. But do go to the festival. Yes. Oh, that's awesome, man. Is there any other artists that you've worked with previously that may be performing with you at this festival?
Not that I know of. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see a whole bunch of new faces, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
Nice, man. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. When that pre-sale comes out, I'm buying my tickets, okay?
I think tickets already on pre-sale.
Oh.
I think they're on sale.
All right, 59 Jensen, your girl's on her way to make that paper. It's for a good cause. Oh, that's wonderful, man. And it's your first time doing this festival
yes, man,
specifically.
it's my first time doing Loud
Oh,
Fest.
my goodness. So how many festivals have you done so far now?
Festivals, I've done one festival, but I performed countless
other headline shows. Awesome, man. So versus like, you know, the single venue, your headline shows versus the festival, how was your experience with production and sound? I'm curious. Do you like the quality in an outdoor festival, or do you sometimes like certain little headliner venues you've done?
I've never performed outside.
Okay. Okay.
But headlining, I like. I don't think I've ever it was just my show. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's ever happened. It was always I'm performing with other people. Mm-hmm. Not like we all on the same stage, but like my turn, they turn, like stuff like that. So I've never really had like by myself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, right on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of these festivals now they're doing them indoors too. Yeah, I'm kind of behind the times. That's right. Mm-hmm. So the Summerfest was an indoor festival thing. Okay, right on. Well, you got lucky. Ooh, to my friends that have had to pull feeder outside for outdoor festivals, that's rough.
I mean, I don't mind performing outside. Like they got Coachella and Rolling Loud. I love to do them.
Yeah,
I don't see no problem performing outside. I appreciate that'd be fun.
Yeah. Do you have any kind of rituals you like to do before performances? Like, do you have groups of people that you like to hang out with before, get on your level? You know?
Nah, I pray, cause like I don't wanna like mess up or slip up and doing that. But like when I perform, it's like a whole nother person. It's like I just like, all right, we finna do this. Just come out, you gotta come out strong, burst the energy. So that's one thing I do. It's just like a whole different person when I perform.
I love that, man. And pray. You can do prayer, man, okay? Not trying to get preachy, not telling you what kind, but man, it works. Rewind, take notes, because it works, man. That's beautiful, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Appreciate that.
So do you have any last little bit of advice for the listeners this week?
I just dropped my song called Caesar. It's on all platforms. Official video now out on YouTube. And Mo Presser Part 2 will be coming this summer. And I'm also performing at L.O.U.D Fest June 2nd through 4th.
Well, you heard it from the man yourself. All right. It's summertime, y'all. So if you got to cut some grass, power wash some houses, do what you got to do. Get your tickets to L.O.U.D Fest. You need to see this stuff in action. It's going to be amazing. Go out there, support Huncho and all these other local artists from Houston's finest collective. And do not discount the power of prayer, y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.